this what I'm made for. This is the shit that I came for. Walking this bitch and this game on. Walking this bitch and this game on. This is the shit I was made for.
Yo, what's happening YouTube? QuasiPro here, aka the Not So Professional Gamer, back with another video. And to those of you that were aware, I had the opportunity to attend this year's E3, and there I had a chance to try out multiple different games. And today I'm bringing you my top pick for the best games of this year's E3. Now, keep in mind this list is solely opinion based. It's the games that I felt were the personal best games of this year's E3. So without further ado, let's just jump into this list. Making his way to number 5 on the list is Mario plus Rabbids Battle Kingdom, developed by Ubisoft for the Nintendo Switch. Now, this game was literally the last game on my radar. I had no intentions on even checking this game out throughout the entire duration of E3. It wasn't until I actually spoke with the Black Hokage and the rest of the Gaming Illuminati, and they convinced me to check this game out. And boy was I glad that I did. Now, don't let the kitty look fool you. This is a very mature strategy RPG game that might take you by surprise. Mario and the gang are going at it with the Rabbids, and it's up to you to create a team of characters and battle it out for Mushroom Kingdom. Think Mario and Rabbids, but mix that with strategy games like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, XCOM, Disgaea, games of that nature. If you like those games, then you're guaranteed to enjoy this game. It's not something that you can just jump into and think you're going to be okay. No, there's a very deep fleshed out combat system, and you'll be thinking like a chess player, and if you get caught slipping, it could be the deciding factor of the match. The Nintendo Switch is going to need a lot of console drivers, and to be honest, this game might be one of them. Don't count it out just yet. It's definitely a sleeper title. Holding down the number 4 spot is Metro Exodus. Now, I'm very late to the Metro train, no pun intended, only just recently having a chance to play Metro Last Light, and to say that I was missing out is an understatement. Metro Last Light graphically looks amazing, and Exodus is no different. They found a way to make a post-apocalyptic world still have beauty, and with the upgraded PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, you could be certain that they will push the hardware to its limits to make Exodus look that much better. But where these games really shine are in its gameplay and its story. The story is always A1, and so is the gameplay. It does a near perfect job at mixing stealth, action, and horror, all within a first-person shooter genre. And actually, it brings something fresh to what seems to be an already overcrowded gaming genre, and I'm excited to see what they do with Metro Exodus. I'll be definitely keeping my eye open for this game when it comes out. Number 3 on my list is Insomniac's Spider-Man. If you checked out my top 5 most anticipated list, then you'll know that this game was one of the games on the list. And I'm glad to see that Insomniac was able to deliver. During Sony's press conference, they showed a live demo of the game, and it looks great. Visually, it looks appealing, and they seem to have even fleshed out the combat a lot as well. In the demo, Spider-Man interacted with the environment to add a stealthy element to his combat, and he even used his surroundings during his combat. What I will say though is this game doesn't seem to be anything that will push the envelope or boundaries as far as superhero games go. The combat seems very similar to Batman Arkham series, and there were a lot of complaints about the seemingly overuse of QuickTime events. But to be honest, I'm okay with that. It seems to still be a very solid Spider-Man game, and we haven't gotten one of those in a long time. I think it will be a very worthwhile purchase so long as you know what you're getting into with this game. Just keep an open mind. And making its way to the number 2 spot is a new title from BioWare called Anthem. Now, just in case you Mass Effect fans were wondering where the funding for Andromeda went, then look no further than this game. This game looks amazing. This is the game that Destiny should have been. BioWare is changing up their formula with this title, making it an open world action game with 4-player co-op capabilities. They gave us a decent amount of gameplay content, but there are still some questions that I would like to have answered. Will the co-op be for the entire game, or will it only be for certain missions? And how deep does the customization actually go? Can I change my armor up with different costumes and colors to make my character my own? Will there be different classes for me to choose from, one being more powerful than the next? And how big is the world actually? I saw a lot of exploration, but I want to see how far that goes. Hopefully BioWare will be able to deliver with this game, since they kinda let a lot of fans down with Mass Effect Andromeda. But even still, I'm definitely eager to see how this game turns out. And last but certainly not least, we make it to what I feel was the best game at this year's E3, and that's Dragon Ball FighterZ. Out of all the games they had on the show floor, I must have played this demo at least 5 times. It was just that good. But don't just take my word for it, this game has received at least 20 different awards at E3 alone, and if you asked around, everyone was mentioning it. This was one of the most polished games of the entire show floor, and that's saying a lot because when speaking to the developers, they mentioned that it was only like 20% complete. It's a 3v3 fighter similar to how Marvel vs. Capcom was, but it's being developed by Arc System Works, the powerhouses behind the Guilty Gear games and the BlazBlue fighting games. So that should give you some idea of how the gameplay will be. Easy to get into, but it's going to take some time to master all the mechanics. With the previous DBZ games using more of a 360 3D fighting scheme, it was refreshing to see that they brought it back to a 2D fighter, and quite frankly, it seems to be the best thing that could have happened with the franchise as far as fighting games go. Like I said, I played the demo at least 5 times during E3, and each time felt like a new time because of all the different things I've learned with the mechanics. Hopefully there will be a decent amount of characters in the game, but my guess is probably somewhere between 20 to 25, but maybe there's more and maybe there's less. And I'm also interested to see if they will have a story mode, and if so, how will they handle it? Will they follow the same DBZ timeline, you know, from the Saiyan saga all the way to the Majin Buu saga, or will they actually try something new? I'm hoping they bring a fresh taste to the DBZ fighting game franchise. Overall, I'm really excited to see how this game goes. It's expected to be one of the heavy hitters at EVO in the next coming months, so when the game does release in early 2018, I'm expecting it to be on a lot of gamer shelves. It is definitely the best game I've seen at E3, so keep your eye out on this game. So, what did you think about this list? If you liked it, go ahead and leave me a like. Did you have a chance to attend E3 or did you watch any of the press conferences? Let me know some of your favorite games of this year's E3. And if you want to stay notified with my channel, then you already know you got to hit that subscribe button. And make sure you share this video with a friend. As always, guys, thanks again for watching. Quasi Pro here, aka the Not So Professional Gamer. Until next time, YouTube, peace.